So again, what you're focusing on today is the research, all right? If we open up these links, right, you just click on them, it's going to bring you to, this is a newscast from our local WCCO Channel 4 station. I think they do a really good job of kind of making sure we understand at least a little bit about what this is. The second video is from PBS, a little bit longer, but gives a little bit more context and even some scenery so you can kind of see what the Lower Sioux community looks like today. And then the reading. I'm just going to pick the medium reading. They're all from technically the Star Tribune, but I modified them for you based on how comfortable you are with reading content. Again, if you know you're a really strong reader, medium and spicy is going to be what you're going to want to pick. If you're not the best reader, you're working on things, which is fine, there's the mild reading here for you as well. The point of all three of these is that we want to make sure we give you the chance to push yourself if need be, but also just understand the content. So I'm going to open up the mild reading, or medium reading, excuse me, and it looks like this. And it looks fairly long, and that's because it kind of is. Look, we've been working towards a lot of these skills and thinking about, how we can gather information from a text. And so when we're thinking about how you're going to prepare to do this research, this is where we start to, this is why it's a summative, right? I'm giving you some freedom in deciding how you want to go about making sure you're prepared to have a discussion. And so, I'm not going to show you what to do. We know how to mark a text. We should be able to look at and kind of read through this information and really be able to take our own notes in a way that's going to help make sure that you are prepared to talk about this topic, okay? But just read through this. Do your best to understand it. Again, if the reading seems a little bit too difficult for you, then open up a different one. If the reading seems too easy for you, try a harder one. That's always what I offer to my students. But this does do a very good job of giving us an overview of this particular topic. Then what you want to do is make sure that you listen to this NPR radio segment. So if you click here, it's going to bring you to NPR News. That's Minnesota Public Radio. And just like the directions say in that table, just scroll down to where it shows this right here and just click listen. Okay. So headphones will be useful today if you haven't already figured that out. And so just make sure, especially if you're in class, that you're utilizing those so we're not annoying each other with all these audio clips and things like that. But listen to this segment as well, because you get to hear some of the people that are talked about or seen both in the newscasts and in the reading. Last but not least, just take a look at the map. Look at the land that's given back, how much land the Lower Sioux community has now, and just that kind of think about, some opinions that you might be able to form by looking at where this is. Step 2, which again, technically you don't necessarily have to work through today, but you can, is just considering these questions. And these are really questions that can help think through what you might have taken out of or thought about while you're doing your research. Was giving land back to the Dakota people the right thing to do, and why? Did Minnesota give back too much land, too little? Why or why not? Is giving this much land back to the Dakota enough? Should they get something else? Do you think the process that had to take place to give land back to the Dakota was a good one? Why or why not? And is this the best path towards healing our relationship with the Dakota? Why or why not? This is really going to be what you want to think through and answer thoughtfully, because you can use these questions and your answers to really help, your discussion posts. And so that's why it is a step, and it's why I want you to complete this and do it well. Short responses here, they're not going to work. This is a summative. It's 80% of your grade. This is ending Unit 3. This is you proving that you've done the work, all of really Unit 3. So I don't want one-sentence responses here. I don't want yes or IDK. I really want you thinking through what you did in your research section here, what you learned, and offering some perspective here. I would say once you get to step 2 and you're ready to move on to that, stop. Okay. You don't need to create our Flipgrid video. We're going to focus on that really on Wednesday for sure, if not even Thursday as well. So don't go beyond step 2 today. Focus on your research, watch, read, and listen and look, and then, start to answer these questions for step 2, and you'll be good to go. Email me with any questions.